Hey guys, Trevor Hold here. It must be Wednesday, the 14th of May, 2025. I'm just out here, just done 100 times up and down the steps there at the lookout. That's 18 steps with 2 intermediate platforms in an hour. Just pretty relaxed. Just going up there trying to get back in the groove. Remember guys, exercise, diet and getting outdoors creates better outcomes in your overall health and well-being. So I'm still progressing. Miraculously I finished an assignment for my final assignment for I think it's social psychology in my studies. So that's done now, so I'm just waiting for the final end of term tests. I don't think that happens till about the 16th or something like that of next month, so I've still got a few weeks to study on that, so that's pretty good. I'm pretty much finished my personality assignment miraculously as well. I suppose they're quite involved actually, using SPSS and statistics analysis to create specific reports on certain criterias. So yeah, it's quite involved, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with the progress of that. I've been going through a lot of the information in regards to where I stand legally, I suppose, with the court case, up and coming court case on the 10th of June. So I've been going through there. I'm pretty well supported. I've got people helping me write stuff and go through stuff. So I feel that's okay. I was speaking to the lady that got arrested in Sanford the other day. Her lawyers appeared for her on Monday, I believe, and prosecution hasn't given them the brief of evidence yet, so it's got adjourned again. I spoke to prosecutions the other day here in Ipswich about that. I asked them for the brief of evidence for my case, and they said it will probably just get adjourned, and they'll have to present that to me at another date. So I'm expecting the 10th of June will just be another adjournment. A little bit scary today, I suppose. I got a letter in the mail saying that my bail's been accepted apparently, on condition that I rock up back to court on the 10th. So it's quite interesting. The National Fire Ant Eradication Program has weaponised my post of concern that was titled "Why Bill It Can Happen Again," and they put it on the QP9 saying that I've used threatening online activity before, citing that Warrabilla post, and I heard Roger Morris say that on the day as well, and my comments that the police would have to shoot me to treat my property again. Pretty understandable considering they killed 2 of my calves prior to that day, and then they killed another calf on that day. So but anyway, regardless, we'll march through. I have had Jim McDonald, LNP member for the Lockyer Valley, defame me, I suppose, talking about the Warrabilla post in an email to someone else, saying how I personally threatened him and other members of Parliament. I haven't never made any such threats. So it's a little bit disappointing that these people of power are continuing down this line, trying to discredit me in that regard. But I suppose all the stuff will come out in the wash eventually. I know who I am, and I know what I've done, and I know what I said, and I know what my motives are. And the National Fire Ant Eradication Program are doing harm to heaps of people. They're jumping people's fences, they're cutting people's locks, and they are distributing toxic chemicals on properties without fire ants against property owners' consent. That's behaviour is quite reckless, and I believe that behaviour is unacceptable. My campaign to stop that sort of behaviour, which is deemed unacceptable by them, I feel is justified. So it's interesting because we've got different perspectives on what's acceptable and what's unacceptable, I suppose. So we'll just see how that plays out, I suppose, in the days and weeks to come. So another element of their life that I didn't think I'd have to deal with this year. But regardless what happens, I know who I am. I don't need anyone's approval. I don't need anyone's permission. I don't need to apologise for any of my behaviours. I feel I've handled myself in a justified way, and I still believe that the Queensland government is doing harm to people. Their policy about and denying people's human rights, property rights and individual choice creates negative outcomes in people's overall health and well-being. Not only that, they are distributing these chemicals on people that have registered chemical sensitivities with their children. They are aerial baiting over people's roofs that require cleaning and detoxing. So there's a lot of reckless behaviour. They are breaching permits nearly on a daily basis. That's what they do. So their behaviour, they can't admit it. They can't concede that they're failing. The eradication area keeps growing. It's not getting smaller, it's growing. They report things based on the number of properties treated and on the amount of chemicals they put out. They don't report on successful reduction in fire ant distribution because there is none. It keeps expanding. So if they reported on that, they'd be failing. But obviously there's a little bit more to it than what's on the surface, because their actions are quite extreme, and we've seen it on my place, and aggressive. And it's funny that I've been labelled as aggressive and threatening behaviour when it's them that come to my farm, pull open my gate aggressively, cause harm to me that requires medical treatment, and tackle me to the ground in my own backyard. So it's quite ironic. It's really narcissist behaviour, I suppose. It's bordering on classical narcissist behaviour. So again, I just keep saying the National Fire Ant Eradication Program is doing harm, and management needs to be held accountable. They should be stood down, or they should quit out of integrity, because what they're doing is doing harm to heaps of people in southeast Queensland. So and I'm going to continue saying that day in, day out until change is initiated. So, but I've got to try and continue other elements of my life. I'm a big promoter in living a holistic life. That's what I promote myself as, an entrepreneur. So I got to spend a bit of my time, my week, earning money like we all do. I got to spend a bit of my time with my partner, Jodie. She's a rock, and I'm supporting her because she supports me. A lot of my network and a lot of my clients in the advocacy group still require assistance and help, and also offer help for me as well. So it's like a two-way street at the moment, and it's a good community that we're building. And I still want to continue with that, with the Fire Ant campaign, encouraging people to make them go. Just keep objecting to treatment. Make them come with the police, and even if you don't get as extreme as me, but step aside when the police come, at least then it's recognised that the police are required to distribute the chemical poisons, and that's all we can do, is just try and make them go through all the effort. I've seen footage of these workers walking around people's houses, looking in windows in residential properties when they thought no one was home. It's quite scary, really, what's going on, and I don't really understand why government officials think that's okay, because it's not okay. So I'm really dedicated to the campaign of the Fire Ant thing. But in saying that, I've got to get back in a more balanced way with my diet. Obviously, everyone knows my kryptonite is my diet. When I'm stressed, I eat ice cream and chocolate. That's what I do. I'm working towards it, but I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke cigarettes, and I don't do recreational drugs. So I feel that's okay, but I've got to try and get on top of that more, and get back into a balanced diet and regular exercise. So that's a few days now. I've gone back up on that on that observation stairwell and run up and down them for an hour. So that's been starting to creep back into my life a bit more. We've got the 2 young foals. They're 7 months old now. I haven't spent much time with them, so we're going to start halter training them now and start working them. If we don't get any interest for them soon, we'll probably geld them, probably at 12 months. Geld them if we don't get any interest of people wanting to buy them as a stallion. But they'll probably make good geldings anyway, and we'll start breaking them in or handling them. I don't really like the term breaking them in because I don't want to break their spirit. I just want them to be handleable and just handle them. But so yeah, just getting that holistic thing back in my life and still working on. We've got some erosion from the floods recently and the rain, so trying to get back into the farm and do a bit of there as well. The banana garden needs a lot of TLC. We need a lot of servicing on our pumps and that. And we're starting to do a bit more work on the web page. I've got some people reaching out saying that they're willing to help with the AAG website to try and get some more cash in to fund this legal challenge coming up, because I won't be pleading guilty to anything. I think ultimately I will be seeking to get as much information about the process as possible to see how legitimate the process was that actually happened on my place, and see whether that much forcing entry on my property is legal. I feel it's unlawful. We've looked at it with a lot of people and they feel the same, so we're just trying to work through that process. So there is a lot going on in my life, and just remember, whatever's going on in your life, there's probably a lot going on in other people's lives as well. So be kind, guys. Everyone's got a story. Everyone's trying to deal with stuff, and that's one of the reasons why this blanket situation with the National Fire Ant Eradication Program is so wrong. It doesn't consider individuals' circumstances. Like, we're talking about people that have gone through domestic violence or other issues, or even rape or torture issues, or they've got post-traumatic stress disorder. Coming back servicemen saying that there's a lot of people and a lot of reasons why they don't want strange men walking around their backyard, especially uninvited, especially without consent, and especially putting poison where there's no fire ants. So all these issues aren't addressed by the National Fire Ant Eradication Program, and that's why they're causing harm. But it's very important to realise that we're all living our own life. We're doing our best to get through, and often, whether you're man or female, or whether you're married or single, or whether you're in a relationship or not, there's always lots of stuff going on that people aren't knowledgeable about, And I know I keep my life pretty open. Most people know we've got a litter of puppies. We've got our two young calves born. We've got our 2 young foals to handle. We've got our banana garden to do. I'm still doing my empowerment program, so I booked in about 20 hours a week doing my empowerment programs and that for people, and that's quite successful. So raising in getting a bit of money with that. So and ironically, I'm still going with my studies, which at the moment for me, my number one goal is to finish my psychology degree. After this teaching period, I've only got 4 more subjects to go. That's 2 more teaching periods. I'll try to do 2 subjects a teaching period. So, and one of them's an elective that should be fairly easy. So I'm getting closer and closer, guys. Which will mean since I turned 40, I've done my Cert 4 in mental health, done my diploma in counselling, and I'm out to create better outcomes for people in domestic violence situations, youth crime, and suicide prevention. They're the 3 areas that I'm trying to focus on. And at the moment, I feel, especially when it comes to depression, anxiety, and suicide prevention, the government is the biggest risk. The Queensland government in particular are the biggest risk factor associated with this sort of stuff and stressing people out. I've seen firsthand the harm they do. So I reach out again, and I know I keep going back around in circles, but the people of power need to understand these issues a bit better than what they do. And I feel moving forward, that's my job, just to keep reminding them that that's what it is. And we need to get people in the positions of power that put human rights, property rights, individual choice, privacy, and all that associated with property rights, forefront. Our human rights aren't for sale here in Australia, and if we should be able to be advanced enough to work around individual circumstances, not have these blanket approaches that we've got. But anyway, guys, that's me walking around here, getting out in the outdoors. Not only do I talk the talk, I walk the walk. And it's important to have a think about your own life, your own goals, what you want to achieve, how you're going to achieve them, and look at all the elements in your life. Look at your diet, look at your exercise routine, look at your social engagement. What are you doing to make friends, or what are you doing to play sports, or to get out there in the community? Look at your relationships, your intimate relationships, your relationships with your kids, your relationship with your work buddies at work or whatever, your professional relationships, all these sort of things we can work on every day, and that's what I encourage people to do. It's everyone's individual responsibility to live the best life they possibly can, and generally by being out there and getting out there and wearing your heart on the sleeves, life will find you, and you'll find your calling, and you'll do what's required of you to live the best version of yourself. And that's what I would encourage everyone to do, and try to live it in such a way that's not impacting other people's lives. That's what I say. As an entrepreneur, I don't put all my focus on money. Money's, whilst it is important to live your life, it's not a big focus of mine. The big focus of mine is just to live my best life, to help as many people as possible, and I'm going to continue to do that, and in any capacity that I can. So, I'd like to reach out to a lot of guys. I've had a lot of pastors reach out to me and say some prayers. It's been very humbling, I suppose, to see my journey. It's out there pretty publicly now, and getting some prayers sent to me, and some supporting emails and letters and voice messages on my phone has been very reassuring. And I appreciate all the support I can get. And all the kind words I can get as well, guys. So, and if anyone's feeling down, feeling depressed, anxious, and needs to reach out to have a talk, I'm always available. My phone's public, my email's public, and if I don't pick up, just leave a message, I'll get back to you. But generally, I'm available to talk to anyone, anytime about these issues. And God bless everyone. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye.